Mudita. We're doing mudita today. Yeah, mudita for our bell. And yeah, I'd like to speak about the kind of a real basic kind of mudita. There's a lot of mudita that we just don't notice because it's like the water that we swim in, or it's the air that we breathe. You know, one of the things that I appreciate about when we teach at Vallecito out in New Mexico at 9,000 feet. Now, 6 or 7,000 feet is one thing, but 9,000 feet. Oh, I see how dependent I am on this air. I see that just taking a few steps up, going up a slight incline, and it's like, oh, the interdependence. And yet I take air for granted all the time. Yeah? All the time. You know? Do we ever experience mudita for the breath? For the breathing itself? For breathing itself? I mean, I do now sometimes, and you've heard me say this at the beginning of a guided meditation. I bring mudita in right there. I go, notice that this amazing breath is still moving. That it's still moving. Is that not grounds for mudita, for joy right there? That we're still here? That we're still here. Yeah. Whenever I see a friend, somebody I haven't seen for a while, right? I don't say, how are you? I say, we're still here. Isn't it amazing that we're both still here? Mudita. Mudita just because you're still alive. Because life is still happening. Here, it's happening in so many different ways, but just people who are still alive. Mudita that I'm still alive, that we still, you've heard us say this when we wake up in the morning. We woke up. That's not just a box to check off. That's a mudita moment. Right? Yeah. And it's these ordinary ways. It's actually, there are no ordinary moments. Right? There are no ordinary moments, but we create moments to be ordinary. We create them to be ordinary by not seeing them. We see that. We see a lot of our experience through. You've heard us talk about casual attention. Casual attention. Oh yeah, nothing special. Everything is special though, from a certain perspective. Everything is special. Yeah. Everything is special. Yeah. Ordinary moments. There's so many causes and conditions that come together for us to experience what we call ordinary. There are so many blessings in just being here in ordinary, in a safe place, with relatively good health, with a sangha, the fact that we can all step into this space together here. What is that about our nature that needs something more dramatic to experience mudita? For me, it's about reeling it back into, and one of our favorite mantras, if as you will, we say it all the time. It doesn't get better than this, and we don't just say it when something amazing is happening. We say it because at any moment, in this moment, it's like, wow, it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than this, It's all right here. We're living in a miracle, It doesn't mean there aren't other issues going on that we've got to address. But what about focusing from time to time? You've heard me talk about, or let's talk about Tinkerbell moments, It's like, get out of the ordinary mind state and start to look around and see how amazing, just that we're still here. Just that we're still here. That's so much of what bhavana is about cultivation of wholesome mind states, one of them being mudita, one of them being joy. Yeah? Unfortunately, it has to be a cultivation, because what we've gotten really good at cultivating is ordinariness and casualness. And it needs something really super. It has to be an amazing sunset. It has to be something really special for us to go, wow. And of course, that's great. We all have those extra special moments. But there are so many moments that are joy worthy, mudita worthy, that fly under the radar for us. As we move along, just perseverating, blah, 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 whatever it is, not seeing that we're moving, literally moving. We're part of a living miracle here. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And it won't always be so. And it won't always be so. And we know this. It's one of the great line in Zen, It won't, whatever it is, it won't always be so. We're not here forever. Nothing is here forever. It's all going to change. There will be loss. And we can very quickly go to glass half empty with that. But it's not the point. It's not the Buddhist point, to point out that, look, we're going to lose everything. It's not here, That's not the point. The point is the glass half full part. And what's the glass half full part? It's here now. But it won't always be here. Should we focus on it won't always be here, or the fact that it is here now? It is here now. This is amazing. How many times have you gone for an ordinary something or other for a doctor's appointment? And you've come out of that appointment and it's like you're still okay. You're still okay. It won't always be so. I've had several things just in the past 3 or 4 years. We're all getting older, are we? Yeah? I've had 3 or 4 things. I never take for granted that I'm going to come out of that appointment okay. We're always just one routine doctor's appointment coming out of there, and it being a life-changing moment. Yeah? I had my last colonoscopy. I don't have colon cancer. Mudita. So much gratitude for that. I can't assume that I don't assume that anymore. I had an MRI a couple of years ago. I was having,
Vertigo.
Dizziness. They said, well, let's just rule out. Rule out what? Let's rule out brain cancer. Sure, we're just going to rule it out. No problem. I don't assume that that's going to be okay. But it was okay. Mudita. I had a chest x-ray recently. It's not going to be a problem. It could be a problem, but it wasn't a problem. Mudita. I had a mole taken off in I've got a huge scar in my leg right now. They thought, looks like it's precancerous. We better get it out of there. They have this great thing now. AI, right? They cut it out. They take it in the other room and say, look, in 15 minutes, we're going to know whether it's cancer or not. So just relax here. Just take a few breaths and relax. We'll be back in 15 minutes. It wasn't cancer. Mudita. Mudita is everywhere. Mudita is everywhere. And so much of it, and so much of it what we want to introduce to you is that moment of, come on. The days that the waking up, some of the waking up that we need to do, it's not this profound meditative state or insight. It's the waking up into the mudita that's all around us, into the mudita of all the blessings that we are surrounded with on every level. That's where it's at for me. That's where it's at for me. Mudita, you know? And of course, mudita for other people's joy. I have just mudita for other people being alive. Somehow they're still here. The resilience of the resilience of this organism. Yeah. Yeah, you never notice when you get sick and then the body somehow gets through it and it has nothing to do with you. It's the amazing, how amazing that the body, I didn't heal myself. The body somehow recovered. Mudita. Won't always be so. But this time, the body was able to be resilient. Yeah. Yeah. So it's really like, I'm calling it, like everyday mudita. Everyday mudita. It's, yeah, and it is a cultivation. It's looking for joy. It's taking the Tinkerbell's wand and going, wow, that is so cool. That's amazing. Ah, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's not ordinary. It's not ordinary. Yeah. There are no ordinary moments. Yeah? Yeah. So, look, it's Thanksgiving, right? Mudita. It's Mudita Day.
Well, tomorrow is.
Tomorrow, yeah. But I mean, it's Mudita. It's, yeah. Yeah. Gratitude and mudita are right next to each other there. Joy for all that we do have. All that we do have. Yeah. Yeah. You look around the world right now. Let's focus on what we do have, huh? It won't always be so. But it is so now. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for your kind attention. So let's open up a little bit, meditate together. When you're ready, slowing it down, lightly closing the eyes. And yeah, mudita for the breath that is still moving in us. It's a way for me to get the heart involved immediately. The first breath. Oh, the breath is still moving. I'm not moving it. It's still moving. It's moving me. It's such a good starting point for practice. Just, and inviting some comfort and some ease and some spaciousness. How amazing that we can do that we can invite that even a little bit, that we can close our eyes and do this even a little bit. Mudita for that. Mudita for this Sangha that you're sitting with right now, that we're all part of. When the mind drifts away, or becomes casual, when you find yourself becoming casual, is returning to the next breath or to the next moment, as if it really were precious. As if it really were precious. As if it doesn't get better than this. Softening. Softening. And the last few minutes of the meditation, settling back, softening and receiving. Receiving your experience. Receiving life. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much.
We stopped the recording.